Hi everyone, it's me again. It's a good afternoon. I have just come from work and I thought of just dropping a little video because I promised you that I will talk about the culture shock, the effects of culture shock. And I thought maybe just before I go to the gym, I have just come from work, I just talk to you and then from there, we shall see what else we are going to prepare after this. My name is Lucy Lukaime. If you call me Kadam, I'll feel very good because my grandchildren, they call me Kadam. And so for those who calls me Kadam, it really, really makes me connect with my roots, if you know what I mean. So really, I wanted to talk about, without wasting a lot of time, about the culture shock effects. And as I have always said, I don't do research so that I prepare my materials. I usually share what I have experienced. I am here in Washington State, in the United States. I came in 2023 on green card. And so I always share what I have experienced. So for those who have just won, congratulations. For those who might have missed it, don't lose hope. If you know my story, I applied for green card. For me, it was a lifestyle. I used to apply every other year. And eventually, at 50 years old, I won green card. And that is when I started shooting my videos. So don't lose hope. Your time will be the best. And you are most welcome when that happens. I want to say that the very immediate effect is the intimidation. The America intimidates you just by being in America. Actually, when I was flying and I was coming here, and now the plane was going down, to land, and I watched America from the air. That in it itself intimidates you. Because I never thought I would ever come to America. I had not been in America before. I may have gone to other countries, but I never dreamt of ever coming to America. So, and you see, in our minds, America is power. America is a superpower economically in so many ways. So you come to America, already I'm in America. I mean, I'm not in Nigeria, I'm not in Uganda, I'm not in Tanzania, I'm not in Kenya. I am in America. That intimidates you. And so the first effect is actually on landing and believing, if I look up the sky, I am seeing the clouds of America. So that intimidation shakes you a bit. But now there is the real effect of relocation. When you come here, you find you are not familiar with anything. The places, the locations, the directions, the people, the accent. And you know me, I always make fun because people like telling me, Lucy, you have a sweet accent. And I always tell them, no, it is you with an accent. You are the one who is not talking like me. And so you have an accent. So you just create humor. But you find the Americans speaking very fast. But I also now learned they find us speaking very fast. You know, as we speak British English. And so they don't hear you out. You don't hear them out. And you are at work. And, I was wondering, will I ever understand what these people are saying? With the time, you don't even know at what point you start speaking like them anyway. So there is that. And then now you are in this dilemma. You are not familiar with anything, but everybody else seems busy and away and not there. And so you have to figure out, if you are driving, how do I get to this location? Which roads do I use? Who can I ask? You even don't know where your house is. One time I got lost, and it was actually in winter. I had taken a bus. I did not know how to take a bus. Even today, I never take buses, but I'm not sure that I really know how to use buses. So I used the bus. It dropped me somewhere. I can't find my way home. You can't call anybody because people don't pick phones when they are at work. And so the analog me had to try and follow the Google map. You highlight the walking man, you follow the Google map to try and find your own house. So there is that confusion, not because you can't do it, but because you're already intimidated. All this actually causes you a lot of sadness, because home, you used to know things. You never even thought you could even get lost. So you develop sadness, you develop loneliness, you develop uncertainty, a lot of confusion, and it was this that caused me a lot of fear. Remember, you are detached with the people who believes in you, or the people you believe in. My children were my best friends. They are not there. Anytime I felt a little confused, I could just call one of them. I know who sorts out what. But now I'm in the middle of people who don't even know who I am, leave alone appreciating me. So there is that. And so when you are coming, there is that unfamiliarity. And by the way, it can cause you, by the time you catch up and you flow with the system, actually it can cause you a lot of weight gain. I have been on a weight loss program, my own weight loss program. I don't respond to what nutritionists tell me. I respond to what my body can handle. And I think I will do a video on my journey, my losing weight journey, because it has been working. And I actually discovered something very crucial that makes dieting and exercising, and especially dieting, it really corrupts it. And you find you are dieting, but you are not losing weight, and you wonder why. And just like I told you, I usually share my life experience. So I came up with a solution for me. In my next video, I will share it with you. You've been trying to diet and it's not working. Well, I will give you a hint. It's a very easy hint. So the other difference is the cultural differences. When I talk of cultural differences, I'm actually talking about behaviors, moral values, the language, the reactions. You can say something, you thought it was humor, but then it offends our brothers and sisters. But if you said it back home, people would laugh. There's also the problem with the food. Talking about weight gain, the food here is so processed. It's not the natural foods that we eat back home. Here it is too much processed, a lot of butter, a lot of cheese. People don't have time to cook. But when you come here, you can retain what you know. And when I talk about the difference in the food that is eaten here versus the food that is eaten back home, I'm even now talking about cooking and preparing logistics. At home, it is easy. I mean, I just put my pot on the fire, on my pan, and I know how to do my way around. Maybe I just got the food from the fresh food market, which is in plenty. But when you come here, you use a lot of oven, you use a lot of slow cooker, you use a lot of air fryer, you use it's all different ways. But that is something you also learn with the time. But the way people eat, it also causes them a lot of weight gain, huge. So you have to be very, very careful. Actually, I refrain myself. I have developed a tight discipline. And that I will talk about that in my next video. There are some things that you need to learn when you are still back home, if you are preparing to come here through green card or through maybe education or through anything else, because like me, I'm Kenyan, and at home, when you go to a gas station, you just sit in your car. Someone asks you to open the bonnet, and they will be telling you when you need to do your fuel, your oil change, your coolant. They will put water for your wiper. They will do everything for you, and they will surround your car, and at least that's what happens in Kenya. But hey, here you got to do everything by yourself. So it is time you learn how to fuel your car, how to check the oil, how to check the water, the wiper, how to check the coolant, how, everything. And when you go for car wash, the car wash is a drive-through. So the car is washed when you are still inside. We used to have that kind of setup in Lavington. But then you do your own interior cleaning. You vacuum. You are told there is the vacuum cleaner. So you'd better learn how to use a vacuum cleaner. And those are towels. If you want to wash it inside, you do it yourself. So you do everything by yourself. There's no one to even tell you that your car is ready for oil change. So start styling up. Start styling up. Usually the things that I would love you to prepare on and to learn is how to use the Google Maps. My God, if you don't use Google Maps, start using Google Maps as a matter of yesterday. Learn simple vehicle mechanism like oil check, wiper water, interior washing, using fueling machine, fueling your car. Those are things that you need to learn. And also, learn how to use the Google. Ask all your questions, even when you are back home before you come. Learn how to use the Google. Ask questions from Google. In fact, I am learning how to use the AI, artificial intelligence, because it is huge and it will be the thing that everybody will be turning to. Now, while at it, I wanted to touch on insurance. Here, you don't get careless. You don't refuse to pay your car insurance, or you don't even pay it late. Here we pay car insurance and we also pay tabs. Tabs are paid just like insurance, but they are for your registration, that plate number that we put on the front and the back. And if you are late to pay any of those, especially the insurance, by the time you think that you now want to apply for insurance or renew insurance and you've been late for even 1 week, your insurer will not renew your insurance. And because it has gone to the system, no insurance company will be willing to take up your insurance. And if they do, it will be very overrated, because according to them, you are not trustworthy. So if we are going to insure your car, it will not be the normal charges. It will be with a very high extra charge. So watch out, because here everything you do goes into records. And there are simple things like breaking traffic laws. Like the light that asks you to stop. If you don't stop, nobody bothers you. There's no policeman to ask you to come on the side, pull on the side. No, the cameras will capture your car. They will even capture you. And before you know it, there is an email, all a mail. But suppose you miss the email and you miss the mail, you will be going to renew your tab. As after 6 months, you will find those penalties there. So here, discipline is a big thing. And before I close, I have an advice for our young people. At home, I spoke about our cultural differences. Please, when you come here, retain what you know. Don't try to be cool. Don't do what you find people doing, because it is costly. It's extremely costly. It costs you your future. your livelihood. It costs you what you came here to achieve. It costs you a lot. This is to the young people. When you come here, don't be a reckless drunk. Don't bow to any kind of influence or peer pressure. Just be who you have been back home, because that way you will really, really, really excel. Don't get into trouble. Don't cross paths with the law, because here the law is very unforgiving, which I believe also back home. But in a foreign land, it's very advisable for you to remember our moral values, who we are, what we stand for, what we do not do. Even if it's happening around you, don't. Like you'll find here in Washington, weed, marijuana, is legalized. Back home, we don't do weed. When you come here, don't engage, because at the end of the day, you will not know the side effects. You may not be in the wrong side with the law, but you don't know what side effects it can give you. Any addiction is not good for our young children. Guys, I love you so much. I must go to the gym. I will release a video on what I have been doing with my weight loss. I used to be big, as in huge, but it has been a journey, and thank God I'm here now. I love you so much, man. I love you to the moon and back, and you know it. So go right there, subscribe, continue following my life experiences. I'm in my 50s, so I have so many stories about I've been there. Where you are, have been there. I've done it. So I'll just tell you how I survived. I love you guys, and oh my God, you are the best. I miss you. I'll be back. God bless you. God keep you, and God watch over you. I love you. God loves you more. Check you. Bye-bye.